Hello everybody, super excited for us to go ahead and go through our math for today. We're going to be doing some review that's actually from 3rd grade, and then we're going to build on it for some skills that are going to be for 6th grade. Okay, so for today what we'll do, we're going to learn about area and perimeter. Some of these skills are at a 4th or 5th grade level, but most of it's 3rd grade review so that when we learn about volume tomorrow, you're ready to go. Okay, here we go. We're going to click on this form. You're going to see this video right here, and I hope you're watching it. Please make sure you grab a piece of paper, grab a pencil, make sure that you've got everything ready to go, okay? Here I go. All right, I'm going to read number 1 out loud. What is the perimeter of the shape in centimeters? So you better have your piece of paper ready to go. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be just doing this, and then I'm going to actually solve it right here, okay? So we've got to find perimeter. Perimeter is the first thing that we're going to find. So I'm going to find perimeter with blue. And the way I'm going to write perimeter, I'm just going to write P, okay? Perimeter equals all of the sides added together, okay? So what is this side? How much would this side be? This side would be 8. And we're finding everything in centimeters, so I'm going to go ahead and write centimeters in. Why is this side 8 centimeters? Because it's the same length as the one above. It's the same length as the one above. What would this side be over here then? 2. Because it's the same length as the one over there. Okay? So perimeter is adding all sides together. Perimeter is adding, I hope you said it out loud. So 8 plus what? 2 plus 8 plus 2. Again, I'm sorry for my MS Paint skills. They are not the best. Okay. So here we go. Now I'm just going to bring down the equal sign. 8 plus 2 equals 10. I do it this way with carets, just so that I can keep my work organized. I would recommend doing that if you're having problems organizing your work. 8 plus 2 is 10. When I was in 5th grade, and 6th grade and 7th grade, I hated writing out my work. It was not a fun thing to do. But when I got to high school, it really helped me solve problems. And that's why I'm just showing you these ways to make sure that you organize your work. 10 plus 10 is 20. And what were we solving in? We were solving in centimeters. Always make sure you have your units labeled. When you get into high school, they will count you off for that. And for the standardized tests to get into high schools, they will count you off if you don't have your units labeled, okay? So the answer for this one is 20. Now we found the perimeter. Now we're going to find the area. Raise your hand if you know how to find area. Ooh, shake it around. I feel like most of you do. It's a skill that you learn a couple times in your life. I'm going to go ahead and do it in red. Okay. Area equals what? It equals length, and that's an L, times width, which is a W. This is the width, and this is the length. Okay? So it would just equal 8 times 2. Now something to remember, I always think that the width is the smaller number, and the length is always longer. That's how I keep them apart, okay? It also doesn't really matter which one's the length and which one's the width. Alright, just as long as you're multiplying the two parts together. 8 times 2 is 16. Now, we're finding everything in centimeters. When we find area, it's going to be centimeters squared. So we put a little 2 up here. The reason we put the 2 up there and say squared is because it's a two-dimensional shape, okay? And a rectangle is technically a square. So when we're finding area for two-dimensional shapes, we always put squared so that we know it's a flat surface. We know that it's a flat surface. All right. Now, we are done with this one. I am going to now go ahead and come down here. What did we say the answer was? Sorry, 16. Ooh, my brain is not working today. Now, we're going to scroll down, and I'm going to do number 5 with you. This one's going to take a little bit more time. And I have that time. So I'm just going to, the way I'm doing this, I'm just doing this so that it's easier for us to go through and solve the problems. Okay, so first things first, we're going to find perimeter first. So I'm going to switch back to blue. Now perimeter, we have to add all sides. We are missing this side and this side. I'm going to really quickly just work through how you would find these sides. Now, we're going down. So let's say we finish off this nice little rectangle. This entire thing should be how much? This entire length right here should be 6, okay? Because we've got the 6 up there. So the way that we find this one right here is by doing 6 minus 3, which equals 3. Does that make sense? Why? Because 3 plus 3 equals 6. And this whole length right here must equal the number that's up here. I really hope that makes sense. It was really tricky for my 3rd graders to understand that. Now, we need to find this length right here. We have to do this plus what this length is to get to this number, okay? That's our total. All right, because it's the big number and it's also the whole length. So we have to do 8 minus 5. And 8 minus 5 is 3. Wow, so both of those are 3. Fun, cool. I hope that makes sense how we solve for those. I'm going to just erase these so it's easier for you to see what we're going to do, okay? Now for perimeter, remember we add all sides. We add all sides. Okay, so P equals, I'm just going to start at the 5, and I'm just going to mark it with a check mark so I know where to start, okay? When you're doing these, I would highly, highly, highly recommend redrawing the shape. 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Now I'm going to go back in a highlighter and make sure I got them all. 5, 6, 8, 3, 3, 3. Awesome. The reason I went back through is because a lot of times when I was actually in 6th grade, I struggled with making sure that I had all of the numbers included. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that as like a different way to think about it. Now let's add them all together. I'm again going to do the caret method so that I can just organize my work. I highly recommend doing this. It helps keep your work organized. Also, if you have a better way of keeping your work organized, please feel free to do that. 5 plus 6 is 11. 8 plus 3 is also 11. 3 plus 3 is 6. Now, I'm just going to do this mental math. 11 plus 11 is 22. 22 plus 6 is 28. The reason I'm going a little bit faster now is just because I'm running out of time on the video. And I just need to check and see. I'm finding it in inches, so it's going to be 22 inches. Awesome. Oh, not 22. Oof, 28. I don't know why I made that mistake. There we go. Alrighty, and now we're going to go down to number 6. I'm also going to put IN for inches here. Now we are going to find the area. I'm going to show you this in red so that it's a little bit easier to see. I'm actually going to stop the video for a second, and then we're going to start again so that I can show you this. Alright, I'm back, and here we go. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to find the area of this shape. Again, area equals length times width. But for this shape, we need to cut our shape in 2. We need to cut our shape in 2. I'm going to cut it right here. So we're actually going to be doing length times width plus, this is the part that gets really confusing, plus length times width. Because we have two different shapes. We have to add them together to find the area, okay? We have to add together both of those areas to find the complete area of our total figure. Now, for the first one, we're going to use 3 times 3, okay? Because that is how we would find the area for this little guy right here. So 3 times, oh dear, 3 plus length times width, 6 times 5. The reason we don't do 8 is because I cut it right here, and it chops the 8, and the 8 would become a 5 up here for this one, okay? And remember, we only need to find it with 2, so our length and our width. So 5 times 6. I hope that made sense. Oh dear. It sounded a little bit confusing when I said it, so I'm going to just repeat what I was saying and try and make sure that it makes sense, okay? The reason we do not use the 8 right here is because the 8 has been cut when we cut to make this little square down here so that we could find the area of that. Then when we're finding the area of this shape up here, we have to find it with our corners, okay? With our side lengths. 8 is not a side length of this rectangle up here. 8 is a side length of this entire line over here, okay? Of this line here. And that is not helpful in finding anything right now, okay? I hope that makes a little bit more sense. Now we're going to go ahead and come down here and start solving. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 5 times 6 is 30, and 30 plus 9 equals 39. And again, we're finding in inches, so I'm going to put 39 inches. Inches. Now we're finding area. So remember, we're finding the area of a 2D shape. How much is on that 2D shape? So we have to do inches squared. Okay? Really quickly, I just want to show you the answer is right here, 39 inches squared. The reason I have the little caret going up is because I can't make the number look squared. So here I was able to put squared like above the inches like that. I'm not able to do that on a Google form, so that's the reason why there's a little caret. That shows you that it's squared, okay? I hope that you understand how to do these. If you have questions, please reach out. My number is 765-586-2097. Good luck, have a great rest of your day, and I cannot wait to see how much hard work you do. Bye-bye.